Take a look.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post. You already know the vibes. And I'm back at you with your NXT review. My apologies for not having a review up for you guys last week, man. Tired. I was just exhausted, you know, work, WrestleMania, all that stuff going on. So I just didn't really feel like putting up content. The plus of being a content creator, I can do it whenever I want to. This was an overall good show. It was a whole bunch of setup for spring breaking for the next 2 weeks, and it started off with a fire match between Dijak and Noam Dar of all people. Now, as individuals, these two are good wrestlers, but I didn't expect them to have this as good as chemistry as they did. And this is a dope match, man. Like, you had the way Raw ended last night with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable, then to follow it up with the way NXT opened up with Dijak and Noam Dar. The match was really fire, and the people are really starting to get behind Dijak more and more, both in the crowd and online as well, you know, with Dijak doing the whole ratio thing. And, you know, you're starting to see that, you know, Dijak, he's alright. You're alright, old Donovan dickhead. So, this match was really good. And to my surprise, Noam Dar actually won due to outside interference from Ora Mensah. He distracted Dijak, and Noam Dar ended up getting the win. I'm like, huh? Surprising. Very surprising. And I think, me personally, I feel like this is setting up for the big win, the big ultimate win for old Dijak. I think Dijak is going to be the one that defeats Obafemi, but that's another road we'll get to at another time. We had Ilya Dragunov issuing an open challenge. He was talking to Ava earlier in the night, and Ava said that, you know, Trick's competing in a steel cage match. It's only fair that, you know, Ilya competes as well. And he issues an open challenge. And as Ilya is standing in the middle of the ring, you have the whole entire NXT locker room running out to get beat up by old Dragunov. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are just running out there to be massacred by the Mad Dragon. But the one that ultimately accepted the challenge was Javon Evans. And the way he ran in was he came in the opposite way, jumped over the announce table, jumped in the ring, and got face to face with Ilya Dragunov. And this man made his official NXT debut last week, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I'm gonna make up for it now. Javon Evans, this dude is only 19 years old. He's performed at DPW, and DPW, you know, sometimes they pull up to Durham, North Carolina. And as many times as I've seen him advertise at DPW, I've never really got a chance to see him compete live. And I'm kind of kicking myself over that, you know. I'm starting to get into more independent shows, but I'm like, damn, I really could have got a chance to see this too before he really blew up on in WWE. But the fact that we're getting to see him, you know, do his thing on national television, only 19 years old, this kid's phenomenal. He had a great match against Dragunov. You know, Dragunov, he's going to do his thing. He's going to beat the hell out of you. He's going to make you wrestle his style of match. But, you know, Javon did a great job of keeping up. And to the surprise of nobody, Ilya Dragunov won. But after the match, he shook Javon Evans' hand, giving him that endorsement, that good old NXT rub, you know. Overall fun match. Javon Evans, he's going to be a problem. The streets are already calling for Ricochet versus Javon Evans. I wouldn't mind seeing Wes Lee versus Javon Evans. Axiom, Nathan Frazier, man, line him up. He's just going to knock him out the park, man. Tatum Paxley's lost her damn mind. She's officially turned heel, man. She attacked Lyra Valkyria last week. Now she's making her intentions clear that she wants the NXT Women's Championship and that Lyra Valkyria is just in the way. She wants to go after Roxanne Perez. Lyra ended up wrestling Thea Hale, and Andre Chase, you know, he told Thea Hale why he did what he did. He said that he owed the D'Angelo family a lot of money. He had a whole bunch of debts to pay off, and he placed all of his money on Thea Hale to win the NXT Women's Championship. However, he couldn't stand to see the sight of her, in pain, her crying or whatever. So that's why he threw in this out. He said he didn't care about, the money. The only thing he cared about was Thea Hale and her safety. And, that's all well and good. But Thea Hale still lost that match. And then she ended up losing this match against Tatum Paxley due to outside interference from JC Jane. And then after the match, everyone just fought. JC Jane and Thea Hale ended up fighting. Lyra Valkyrie popped up out of nowhere with her feathers and everything. She started fighting Tatum Paxley, so there's a big brouhaha going on. And speaking of Roxanne Perez, speaking of Tatum Paxley, speaking of Lyra Valkyria, I think it's gonna be next week for the NXT Women's Championship. It's gonna be a triple threat match between the three of those. Roxanne Perez isn't too happy about it. She thinks it's a big conspiracy theory against her and whatnot. Ava said womp womp. She doesn't give a good gosh darn about her feelings at all, so them's the breaks. But speaking of more shenanigans we had going down for next week, we had Sol Ruka taking on Lola Vice. Sol Ruka ended up losing because of Blair Davenport getting involved. So next week is gonna be Blair Davenport taking on Sol Ruka. And then after the match, Lola Vice was doing her thing where she dances while her opponent is, crying in the middle of the ring because they lost to the beautiful Lola Vice. But Natalya ended up coming up on the screen and she challenged Lola Vice to NXT Underground match. And it's going to be the first time two women compete in an NXT Underground match. That's pretty cool. And then it's going to be a contract signing next week. And you already know how wrestling contract signings go. Something that was really funny, that was really entertaining to me, was the human meme machine, Ariana Grace. And she's trying to take Gigi Dolan under her wing and trying to make her more ladylike and do a 180 and give her a makeover and whatnot. And this really didn't go to Ariana Grace's plan. Gigi Dolan surprisingly took to it, but she ended up cutting up a dress and making it more Gigi centric and Gigi-fied or whatever. So it's not really going to Ariana Grace's plan, but this really is entertaining between these two. Ariana Grace is entertaining. She's just meme gold for meme users like myself. It's just banger after banger when it comes to these memes. So good for you, Ariana Grace. So after this, we had something I kind of didn't necessarily care about. And of course, when it comes to things I don't care about, you already know I'm talking about Ridge Holland. And he wrestled Joaquin Wilde. And I'm like, I don't care, man. I thought he was supposed to retire and he was supposed to, step away. But, he's still wrestling. He's still doing his thing. And, I don't care. Even though I didn't care, the match itself was fine. But, yeah. And for some reason, Shawn Spears is out there. So I'm assuming they're going to team up or wrestle, or I don't know, nor do I care. But something I surprisingly did care about was Ivar versus Josh Briggs. This match came, Josh Briggs, he was getting checked out by medical. Ivar pulls up, he's like, yo man, you just need to take it easy. Josh Briggs is like, whatever, Viking bitch man, whatever. Shouldn't be getting beat up by Sheamus. And Ivar was like, alright, bet. And they're kind of doing that thing where, on the main roster, the character acts one way, and on the NXT roster, he acts a different way, And they're kind of blurring that line between, Ivar acting like a normal person when he's just talking. But when he gets in the ring, he does the whole Viking gimmick where he has the face paint and he's coming out beating the little shield gimmick or whatever. And, the match that Josh Briggs and Ivar had was fine. Ivar ended up getting the win. He hit the big giant moonsault, which is impressive as all get out. And then on top of all this, you had Obafemi watching the match. And it's looking like it's going to be Ivar versus Obafemi for the North American Championship. And like I said earlier, I'm thinking that Dijak is going to be the one that beats Obafemi for that championship. Which means Obafemi has to get through Ivar first in order to get to old Dijak. You have to get to the D before you get to the R, or whatever it is Jay the Kid said, But after this, we had the return of the Don of NXT. Tony D'Angelo is out there with the D'Angelo family, and they're talking, what's next for the D'Angelo family. He's saying that Stax and Luca, they're doing their thing as a team. and Adriana Rizzo. She's the future of the women's division, and they're putting each other over. The Donnie's, bigging up his squad, but out of nowhere, the no quarter catch crew minus Drew Gulack, they're making their way out to the ring. It's just the three of them now. They're a trio, so it's one of those things. If you know, you know, and this was kind of made evident by this segment because in storyline, allegedly, the way they were hyping it up, they were making it seem like the D'Angelo family took out old Drew Gulack. Allegedly, they took him out to get some cement shoes. They sent him up the pier. They sent him up to the old big kayfabe ring in the sky. Allegedly, and it sets up a 6-man tag team match. I think this is gonna happen next week. The no Drew Gulack catch crew is taking on the D'Angelo family. So good for them, and hopefully the D'Angelo family doesn't get locked up for these alleged crimes. Hopefully they never go to Florida, so they never meet the real killer, allegedly, of Drew Gulack. May rest in peace. So after this, we had a big tag team match. You had the AOP, or AOP, as Brinley Reese called them. They're taking on the team of Edris Enofe and Malik Blade. And, this went pretty much the way you expected. Edris and Malik, they did get some good outfits in on the AOP, but they're too OP, man. They're too powerful. Booker T is preying on Malik and Edris' downfall constantly. The AOP ended up getting the win with a Super Collider. Yeah, man. AOP, I hope they stay in NXT so they can build up their brand. And after the match, you had Axiom and Nathan Frazier come out, so maybe on night 2 we have a tag team match between these two. Maybe not, I don't know. But this leads us to our main event, the big steel cage match. Carmelo Hayes taking on Trick Williams. And a lot of people are assuming that this is going to be Melo's last match in NXT. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm thinking it is. We just got to wait and see. But as far as this match goes, I got to be 1,000% honest with you guys. I like this match a little bit better than their Stand and Deliver match. Hyping up Trick being featured on ESPN. Carmelo, being a hater. Attacking Trick from behind last week. Making the steel cage match official. And like I said, this steel cage match, I liked it better. It was a whole lot better. Even though you had commercial breaks, you had baseball bats and security getting involved and whatnot. Trick Williams ended up getting the win with the trick shot. So big things going on. The big momentum's being built between old Trick and Ilya Dragunov for their match next week for the NXT Championship. So I'm here for it. And like I said, if this is indeed Carmelo's last match in NXT, what a way for him to go out. What a run he's had for these past 2 to 3 years in NXT, man. From the NXT 2.0 days all the way up to now, Carmelo Hayes has really lived up to, the moniker of being him. From his time as North American Champion, the breakout tournament winner, even as his run as NXT Champion, Carmelo Hayes has definitely been him. And I can't wait to see what he does as far as his run on the main roster. As well as Trick Williams getting a shot at Ilya Dragunov, which I'm thinking Trick is going to win, man, because Ilya Dragunov, he was featured on the main roster a couple weeks ago, so and you also have the draft coming up, so it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility if Trick Williams ended up getting the win and became the new NXT champion. So them's the breaks, baby. That's the way it's gonna go. That's all it is, and that's all it's ever gonna be. So for this week's episode of NXT, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you not care? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Bees, I'm out. Peace.